we're starting our Tableau. And what you're going to notice is that today it's going to be very similar to last time. We do have to do one starting point. Don't do what I'm doing right here because your data file doesn't have this specific variable. I added this to my data file. So let me just open this right here. So this is a formula that I'm going to show you that I'm going to need in a second. And I'm going to show you how it all works. All right. But we're going to have to use this formula to create a median split. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that right now just so you know what I'm doing. I had to figure it out off camera. But now I'm going to go ahead and do it. Analysis. Create calculated field. This calculated field is being called age median split. You can call it other things. I don't really care. This is just the easiest way to make interaction graphs with continuous variables. With categorical variables, it's easy. It's super easy, but we have to do an extra step with continuous variables. So next time's Tableau is going to be even easier than this. So I'm going to go ahead and put my formula in there. I don't want education anymore. So if age is less than fixed, I'm just going to kind of show you how to get that, right? Less than, I click this little bracket, type in fixed, right? Colon, median, right? Of age. End that bracket, then just fill it out, and you have to do this because otherwise it doesn't work. String equals low, young. I'm just going to write young. Then else. And you can follow along. You have everything here. I do recommend typing it, not copying and pasting it. That's why I'm typing it. Else string str equals old. I could change that for a publication, but for right now, I'm just going to leave it there. And I'm going to click end. It says my calculation is valid. I'm going to click OK. Now, meaning... I'm gonna have this data file fixed by the time it's your turn to make the graphs. But right now I still have the missing values in there. You can tell I forgot that. It's a work in progress, but here we go. Don't worry about what mine looks like completely. Yours will look better. All right. So then I am going to find my meaning variable. My meaning variable goes in columns, I believe, or I messed it up like I always do. We will find out. Meaning is my IV. Columns. Life satisfaction. Sat average is my DV. Rows. I did get that right. Remember, does this silly little thing here. I'm going to show you something that will help you out, but that's fine. But analysis, aggregate. This aggregates the variables. This one actually works. I shouldn't have said anything, but that's fine. One thing we want to do, well, we're not done yet. So now what I need to do here is take my median split of age, drag it onto the color line, and you will see it will mark young people and old people differently on my graph. It turns some people orange and some people yellow, which is fine. And you're like, oh... It kind of has doesn't look like it has that many orange people and so forth. Well, that's because there's a lot of overlap in the data there. You can see there's a lot of older people that are that have a low score on meaning. I think it's older people. We'll see in the age, but there's a lot of people that are clumped together. You can kind of see how those values are a little bit overlapping. I'm not going to worry about that in this class. There are ways to handle that, but this is still the best way of doing that. Where are all the other orange values? You did a median split, and they're just kind of on top of each other. All right. So we're going to go ahead. There's another thing we got to do. We want to check those off, make sure the averages are there. Still the same graphs, didn't change anything. So you want to click those, make sure you're in the average. Make sure you're in the average there. All right, we're all good. No big deal. We got our plots, we got our numbers. We want to click our analytics. Click a reference line. No, not a reference line. A trend line. Add a linear trend line. And it's adding trend lines. And you're like, well, that doesn't quite look right with the data. And that's okay. It's just there is hidden data in here, and that's all it is. That's kind of what you get when you have the 7-point scales. You got a lot of data that's overlapping each other, and so it kind of hides each other out. Now, there are ways to sort of deal with this, but it's an advanced problem, not for this class, okay? This is going to be how we make our graphs, even when they look weird sometimes. I get that this looks weird sometimes, and it just happens from time to time, particularly when you have a scale that's like the 1 through 5 scale. But that is totally fine. There's nothing wrong with this. This does represent the true data. It just doesn't look right, okay? When we go to publish this will be a graph that I would have to work on, okay? But for right now, this is what you need to do. Then we give it a relationship, the interaction between meaning by age on life satisfaction. That's just saying it's an interaction graph up there. All right. And I'm going to make that a small x because I did not like how the big X looked. And that is fine. Now there's one thing I want to do. I want to go ahead and I want to format here. I want to format the lines, grid lines, none, and let's see if it takes them all away. Perfect. Right? That is essentially what we're expecting to find. There are some general sort of issues. You're like, the graph doesn't look quite right. And then I'm going to go my shape. It's going to be a circle. My size is going to be like this. Make it bigger. And my color, my opacity is going to be like, going to really ramp that down. And now we're getting at it. Let's ramp this opacity down a little bit. And we're starting to see some more of the orange values change the color. Now that's the answer for how to do it. And I'm going to splice this together and it's going to be what it is. I'm not perfect, but that is how you make an interaction graph easily for continuous variables. I like to put it on the dashboard just so we can see it. And then it gives me old and young. And old is blue and young is yellow. Or orange. Look at that. Yep. Lots of young people with low meaning values. Lots of older people with higher meaning values. Perfect. Okay.